Hi guys, it's Amy here from Sintel Forms with the April 2021 feature release. We've got some great updates for you, including Stripe payment integration, extended redirect options for workflow, tooltips for long single-line text fields, attachments column resizing, and you can now easily add workflow comments to your email. So let's get into it. We are really excited to announce that you can now link your Stripe account with your forms to enable you to take payments from your customers. If your customers need to pay you for goods or services, you can now accept those payments securely online via Stripe. You can now see on this sponsorship form that the sponsor can quickly and securely pay their promised sponsorship to the festival organiser. So as a festival sponsor, I'll get an email like this thanking me for being part of the festival and allowing me to confirm my sponsorship and make a payment. And now that we're here, and it has all my details here and my sponsorship level, and if I select actions, it will allow me to make a payment, and I'll just select OK. Now it's just brought me over to this Stripe payment system, and I can fill out my details and make my payment. Integrating Stripe payments is very easy to set up and configure within the Sintel Forms designer. It is important to note that Stripe integration is configured on each form template independently. If you have multiple form templates in which you want to enable Stripe payments, you must configure each form separately. So to get started, open the Sintel Forms designer for the form in which you wish to set up the Stripe integration. Within the settings screen, click on the Payments tab like so, and by default the integration will be in test mode. This means you cannot receive real payments. Test mode is intended to enable you to set up integration with Stripe and use test credit card numbers to test transactions. You can leave test mode enabled and click on Connect Stripe account. A new browser tab will open like so, which will request you to enter the email address associated with your Stripe account. We do not recommend clicking on the Skip this form button, as it could cause issues with the connection. Now I just have to quickly verify my login through my mobile phone. After you've successfully logged into your account, you should see this confirmation screen. After seeing this page, you can close this tab and click Check Connection from the Payment Settings menu, confirming the connection. If you are happy that everything works correctly, you can change out of test mode, disconnect, and reconnect again. For security reasons, the Sintel Forms Export Configuration option does not include any Stripe connection information. If you export a form template to use in another site, then you will need to reconfigure the Stripe integration. So, now your Stripe account is connected, we will configure the payment actions in the workflow. They are configured in a similar way to regular actions. However, they provide some additional settings to enable you to collect payments from your users or customers using Stripe. The only real difference is that a Payment Checkout Properties section appears for payment actions. All of these properties control what will be displayed on the Stripe payment page that a user or customer is redirected to when they attempt to make a payment. So you have got a payment name, which is mandatory, so this is the name which will be displayed at the Stripe checkout page. You've got your payment amount, so here you can define the hard-coded amount or bind a value with the field on the form, and you can also define your currency here. And then you've got a payment image, so this is the image that will be displayed on the Stripe checkout page if you wish to add one of those. And just like that, you can start taking your payments. So this leads us nicely to our second update, which is the extended redirect options for workflow. This just means that when using Stripe payments, you can now define the URL a user is redirected to after they have successfully made a payment. So you could redirect them to something like a thank you page once they have paid. And our third update is tooltips for long single line text field. So you can see on our form here that we've got our single line text field for the business or organisation's name, and the person filling it out has typed probably too much information for what was actually needed, and it's coming out of the little box. But there is more text there. Once the form is saved, this won't be a problem, and if you hover over the text like so, you'll be able to see the rest of the text thanks to the tooltip. The next update is the attachments column resizing. So many customers use linked lists to capture line items on their forms, such as line items on a purchase order form, or here on the sponsorship form example, they are attaching the logo of the company who is sponsoring the festival. These forms often need to enable users to attach files or photos to these line items, and previously this took up a lot of space to display the plus attach file text. We have modified the behaviour such that if the column width is narrower than the plus attach file text, this is replaced with just a plus icon to save space on the form. So you can see that example here on the sponsorship form. So our final update is that you can now add workflow comments to your email. So it was already possible to embed the full workflow history into an email sent by Sintel Forms, but now it's also possible to embed the comment that was captured when the latest action was completed. So if a form was approved or rejected and the user entered a comment, this can be embedded into the email by using @latestcomment. So adding this is super easy, and you just go to your workflow and add @latestcomment like this, and you're good to go. So that's all our updates this month. If you have any questions, always feel free to contact us, and make sure to check us out on LinkedIn, Twitter and YouTube. Thanks for watching.